All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. We know cap nations of kings and priests. I want to give double honors to the elders of Masharah Yasharallah who been laboring in this truth. All right. I want to give peace and salutations to the hopeful elect so they could wake up so we can get the hell out of this captivity, man. All right. Shabbat Shalom to those keeping the 7th-day Shabbat. All right. Those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and faith in a Mashiach. Salute to y'all, man. All right. Salute to those brothers enduring in this captivity, this hellhole that we call a world. All right. And peace, man. You know. So today's breakdown we're gonna do is on the parable of the vineyard, man. You know, or Shalakia Tazadak. I said it wrong. It's vineyard. God. So you know, we definitely want to go ahead and get this class started, man, and hopefully this class is edifying to the hopeful elect, man. So you know, we're gonna get started. Let's go get started. Let's get that parable, man. Give me Matthew 20, and we're gonna start our verse 1.
Matthew 20.
Now the you know, this is why Yahweh Shai spoke in parables, man. So for those who understand, right? And those parables are for you to understand not only with the parables, but also spiritually. And that's how we're going to get the understanding, you know.
You said book of Matthew chapter 10.
20 and verse 1.
Matthew chapter 10 verse 1. 20 verse 1, so I can. It says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers in his vineyard."
So now that laborers in his vineyard, right? We got to understand who those laborers are and who that vineyard is. All right. So hold that. Let me get Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 7, Baba Kashan. We're going to prove that the vineyard is Israel. All right. So Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 7.
Isaiah chapter 5 verse 7. It says, "For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel."
Is the house of who?
The house of Israel.
Go back to Matthew 20 and verse 1.
Look at Matthew chapter 20 verse 1. It says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers in his vineyard."
To hire laborers, all right, into his vineyard. All right. Go ahead and read on.
It says, "And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the 3rd hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace."
So now he hired the first ones who agreed. Who are the first ones to agree? Meaning, who's the first one to wake up in this truth? Right? Now watch this.
Okay.
Give me Revelation chapter 2 and verse 26.
God's book of Revelation chapter 2 verse 26. It says, "And he that overcometh and keep my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations."
So now those works, that work in the vineyard that we're going to do for Israel, those are the works that we're going to be doing for the nation, right? Now, with that said, who are these workers that are going to be working in the vineyard, working in Israel, right? Who are the first ones to wake up? Let's get Zechariah chapter 12 and verse 7.
Come.
And remember, hold that Matthew 20, because we're going to keep going back to it.
Come. So the book of Zechariah
12 and verse 7.
Come. It says, the book of Zechariah chapter 12 verse 7. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first.
The tents of who?
The tents of Judah.
The tents of who?
The tents of Judah.
Why? Read.
First, that the glory of the house of David.
The promise that was given from Yahweh to the house of David. Read.
And the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Do not magnify themselves against Judah.
Why? Because the kingship shall come from the tribe of Judah. The kingship for our glorious king, our God, David, our Christ, our Savior, our Mashiach, will come from that house. All right? So they're going to do what? They're going to wake up first. So you had a movement in the late 60s, which was the One West movement. That's what we see today. Whether y'all Negro lights or Latino lights don't like to admit it, but that's the movement. You woke up because of them. Now, a lot of them are not in the truth. Some of them did die, but their work in the vineyard we're seeing today. You are part of that vineyard that those laborers helped build, right? So now you have a vineyard that was being worked on by laborers that you are understanding that you're an Israelite. But that those who woke up first were from the house of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and Judah. All right. So the tents of Judah shall wake up first. Let's go back to Matthew, Baba Kasha.
Cons, book of Matthew, chapter 20 and verse
4. Salakia, give me verse 2.
Verse 2.
Uh-huh.
It says, when he had agreed with the laborers.
Agree with the laborers, meaning the first laborers, read.
For a penny.
Uh-huh.
A day. He sent them into his vineyard.
Into his vineyards, which those works that we did, instructed from Yahweh to a Mashiach, that he gave us those works. Read.
And he went out about the third hour.
And went about the third hour. That is when we woke back up out of our sleep. Read.
And saw others standing idle.
Others. Who are the others? Read.
In the marketplace.
Uh-huh.
And said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard.
Go ye where?
Also into the vineyard.
Uh-huh.
And whatsoever is right, I will give you.
So stop right there. Hold that. Let's go to Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter 10 and verse 18. Do I have another reader? I got 6 brothers. Do I have another reader?
You said 10 verse 18?
Yeah, Khan. Read that. Read Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 18.
Khan, this book of Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 18. By much slothfulness the building decayeth.
Uh-huh.
And through idleness.
Through what?
And through idleness.
Through idleness.
Of the hands, the house droppeth through.
The house droppeth through. Why? What's the house? The house of Israel. Through idleness, it shall pass through, right?
Fine. Keep on.
Salakia. Let's go to John chapter 10 and verse 16.
This book of John chapter 10 verse 16.
Uh-huh.
It says, and other sheep I
and
have.
who?
And other sheep
And other sheep, speaking about the northern kingdom, read.
Which are not of this fold.
Not of the fold of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the southern kingdom, read.
Them also I must bring.
Them also I must bring into the fold, into the work, read.
And they shall hear my voice.
We shall hear their voice in the west, read.
And there shall be one fold.
There shall be what?
There shall be one fold.
There shall be one fold, read.
And one shepherd.
And one shepherd, which is Yahweh Mashiach. Right, read.
Therefore doeth my Father love me.
Uh-huh.
Because I lay down my life, that I might take it again. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down myself.
That's cool. That's all I want from that. Let's go ahead and go back to Matthew chapter 20. Let me get start at verse 3.
I got it. You said 20, 40?
Matthew 20. We're going back to Matthew 20, and we're reading verse 3.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 20, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And he went out about the third hour.
And he went about the third hour, meaning the first Israelites to wake up, read.
And saw others.
And saw others, the fold, the northern kingdom, read.
Standing idle.
Them idle, meaning not doing the work of the Lord, not knowing they're Israelites, read.
In the marketplace.
In the marketplace, which is Babylon, which is this world, Esau's world, read.
Sodom and Egypt.
Uh-huh.
And said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard.
You as well need to be woken up, read.
And whatsoever is right, I will give you.
Uh-huh.
And they went their way.
And they went their way, and they did what? Read.
Again, he went out about the 6th and 9th hour.
I went the 6th and 9th hour. Now, these are the last days, the last times, right? The final days. We're seeing prophecy being fulfilled. We're seeing the powers of the world coming together against Esau, right? Against Babylon. We're seeing viruses cripple the world. We're seeing the RFID chip this close to being opposed upon all flesh, right? Read.
And did likewise. About the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle.
He did what?
Found others standing idle.
Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 37. We'll start at verse 16, Baba Kasha.
This book of Ezekiel chapter 37.
Oh, and 16. I'm sorry. My bad. I said 37. 37 and 16.
37, 16.
This
book of Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 16. Says, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel,
right? His companions, read.
Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph.
So you need to write something on a stick, and then you need to write something on another stick. Read.
The stick of Ephraim.
And
for all the house of Israel, his companions.
His companions, read.
And join them one to another.
And do what?
And join them one to another.
Hold that. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 49, I believe. Hold on, let me see it. Chapter 49 and verse 5. You're going to go, after this, you're going to go back to Ezekiel, Baba Kasha, and Salakia. We got 1, 2. Okay, go ahead.
This book of Ezekiel, Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 5.
Verse 5, yeah,
It says, and now said the Lord that formed me from the womb, to be his servant.
To be his what?
To be his servant.
To be his servant while he served me in the womb, before I became a man. Read.
To bring Jacob again to him.
To bring what?
To bring Jacob again to him.
Jacob includes the northern and southern kingdom, all 12 tribes, to bring Jacob back to him. Read.
Though Israel be not gathered.
They're not gathered together today. So as the laborers of the vineyard, those are the elect. If you ain't doing no work to bring back the children of Israel, you are not counting yourself to be an elect. The elect of Israel are the ones that are going to be trying to bring the Israelites back together and back to the Most High God.
Con.
This is the work. This is your duty. What are you doing?
Con.
Where's your work? How come we say we don't know who Israel is when these are end-day prophecies telling us that we need to bring Jacob back? How are you going to bring Jacob back if you don't know who Jacob is? How are you going to bring Jacob back if you don't go to the highways and byways where Israel is? As a matter of fact, let me get that in Isaiah. Give me Isaiah, what is it, 51? Okay, let me see it. Isaiah 51 and 22.
Con, this book of Isaiah chapter 51, verse 22. Thus said the Lord. Thus said thy Lord, the Lord of thy God. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord and thy God, that pleadeth the cause of his people.
Pleadeth the cause of his people. Read.
Because I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling.
The cup of trembling. Read.
Give even the dregs of the cup of my fury.
The cup of my fury are those curses that you see our people about today. You go into the ghettos, when you go into the highways and byways, you see those curses full effect. But for some reason, we don't like going into the ghettos to go teach our people. That's where they at. The sheer definition of ghetto is where the Jews reside. You can look it up yourself. Right? And you go to any ghetto in the United States of America and you'll see Jews, man. Residing. Heavy on the curses. Right? Why? Because these curses are going to befall us. They're going to pursue us. Read that again, huh? Read that again, Isaiah.
Verse 22. What? Book of Isaiah chapter 51, verse 22.
Yeah, come.
Thus saith the Lord, thus saith thy Lord, the Lord and thy God, that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling. Even the dregs of the cup of my fury.
The cup of my fury. Read.
Thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
And the hands of them that afflict you. So that's going to turn over to our captives. That's justice. You want justice? Read the Bible. It proclaims justice to the Israelites and the Jews of the Bible, the true Jews. We cannot be anti-Shemitic. We are Shemitic. We're not Hamitic, and we're not damn sure ain't no Caucasianist either.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, King. Bring it up.
This book of Luke chapter 14, verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and the hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
Hey, you said, did you say compel?
Compel.
Let's see. Let's see what the definition of compel is, because
I got
a lot,
definition.
you know what I'm
Wait,
saying?
you
Like, yeah, kind of. I got it. Let's see. I'm gonna share this right here. Are you seeing my screen?
Con.
Compel, force, to oblige someone to do something, bring about something by the use of force or pressure. Read that again.
It's book of Luke, chapter 14, and verse 23. Salakia. And the Lord said, this is Yahushua speaking, unto the servant, go.
Unto unto the who?
Unto the servant.
Unto the servant. Predicated on the scripture that Israel is the servant of Yahweh. Read.
Go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in.
And compel them to come in, man. And do what?
That my house may be filled.
That my house may be filled, man. All right?
Con.
Salakia. Share. Stop share. All right. Where we at?
Isaiah. What you want to say in 20, right? Matthew 20.
Khan. Give me that in Isaiah 51. Start up, jump up to verse 20.
Khan. This book Isaiah chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted.
Thy sons have what?
Thy sons have fainted.
Thy sons have fainted, meaning we lost focus about this truth. We're going to prove it, but go ahead, keep reading.
Thy lie at the head of all the streets.
They do what?
They lie at the head of all the streets.
Man, we go into the highways and byways, man. That's what we do. You need to do the same. You need to work the vineyard of the Lord, man. Because the vineyard of the Lord are in the highways and byways. You know why? Because in the highways and byways are our people, man. Right? They out there. They don't know who they are. It's not about you. It's not about how many, likes you get out there. It's about you reaching the people, man. If it's determined by the likes, well then, all praise to the Most High, man. But it's about getting the word out there. That's what it's about. We glory in the Lord, man. We don't glory in ourselves.
Kind of got precept.
We ain't shit. Salakia.
At all.
What's it? We ain't nothing, man. We servants of the Most High. Salakia for the foul language. I'm just very pat. It was been a bad week.
All praise.
Bring that precept.
God, we said in Luke, this is the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 62. And Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High.
Hey, you know what's compelling about that verse? Looking back, right? Who else looked back and got burnt and got burnt?
Lot's wife.
Lot's wife.
Lot's wife.
Right? And it says, he who put his hand on the plow looking back, meaning stop putting in the work, right? Did what? Ain't fit for the kingdom, man.
Ain't fit for the kingdom of the Most High. We
got to do the work. And you know what? Some of the work we got to do ain't just going out to the highways and byways either, man. There's also additional work you got to do, right? As a matter of fact, let me get that, man. Let me get Jeremiah 1 and verse 10. I want hold that Matthew though. Matthew 20. Going back there. You could drop that Isaiah though.
All right, so Jeremiah what?
Jeremiah 1 and verse 10.
This book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 10. So like it's a big Bible. Come on. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 10. See, I have this day set thee over the nations.
So this is not only speaking to Jeremiah, but speaking to the Israelites. We set to be a kingdom of kings and priests. See, I've set this day above the nations, right? Read.
And over the kingdoms. To root out.
To do what?
To root out.
We're going to root out the bad roots that will not cause the good plants to grow, right? Read.
And to pull down.
And to do what?
And to pull down.
Sometimes you got to pull down those vines that ain't going to have any type of fruits that grow from them. Read.
And to destroy.
And to do what?
And to destroy.
You got to have a perfect balance. Like I was telling Tazadak earlier, you can't just be a teacher always rebuking. That's all you know how to do is rebuke. You know how to destroy, but do you know how to do this? Watch this. Read on, Ak.
And to throw down.
To
build.
To do what?
To build.
You also got to learn how to build brothers up, man. You can't just be a rebuke session every single video you do. Every single thing. You got to know how to build brothers up. A true master teacher is one who knows how to build brothers down, but also knows how to build them back up. Encouragement. That's true love, man. What does Paul say? He says, charity, man. You know all the prophecies, you know all the breakdowns, but if you ain't got no charity, man, it don't mean a damn thing. When you read Yahushua was a stern man, but he also had compassion.
Sat with sinners.
He sat with sinners. He loved his people. We sometimes get so zealous, it's like we hate each other, man. You got to learn how to build up. Right? Go ahead, King.
Can I keep going?
Keep going.
Verse 11. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Jeremiah, what seest thou? And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree. Then said the Lord unto me, thou hast well seen, for I will hasten my word to perform it. And the word of the Lord came unto me the second time, saying, what seest thou? And I said, I see a seething pot, and the face thereof is toward the north. Then the Lord said unto me, out of the north, an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land. For lo, I will call all the families of the kingdoms of the north, said the Lord, and they shall come, and they shall set every one his throne at the entering of the gates of Jerusalem.
You see that? Everything shall be set in order, man. That's why we got to be putting in the work in the vineyard of the Lord. Right? Focus on that. Focus on building your nation up. Your king gave his life for the nation. What makes you any different? Right?
Come on.
Give me Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 10.
This book of Proverbs chapter 1 verse 10. And it says, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
So when we, are battling our demons, man, we got to understand that the sinners are going to entice us. And us, we wise to do evil, right? That's why we gotta die daily, and we gotta always constantly be in that spirit, man. Right? Keep reading on.
If they say, "Come with us, let us lay wait for blood."
Let us do what?
Let us lay wait for blood.
Let's wait for blood. Read.
Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause.
Right? Read.
Let us swallow them up alive as the grave. And whole as those that go down to the pit.
What do you see when we go onto the highways and byways into the ghettos? This is what we see, man. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, we're just in Robbins Park here in Tampa, where two brothers, were murdered, and not even a week later, two other brothers got murdered, man. Same spot. And this is something that continually happens, man. Right? Until we truly learn how to change ourselves from within, cleaning the cup from within, the outside don't matter. You can throw all the jewels all you want. You can wear the most beautiful garments. They don't mean nothing if your inside is all dirty, man. Right? That's why as a people, we have to start thinking differently. We can't just, think that we're going to make it to the kingdom with no works. You have to make the difference in the lives of your people. Be a leader, not a follower. Be a follower of a Mashiach, but don't be a follower of the world, man. Don't do what the world does. Right? Keep reading, Art.
It says, verse 13, we shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil.
Oh, man, we're going to get rich, man. This is what it's about, right? We're going to get that money. Read.
Cast in thy lot among us.
Right? Read.
Let us all have one purse.
Right?
My son, walk not thou in the way with them.
Don't go with them, man. Read.
Refrain thy foot from their path.
Refrain your foot from their path. Read.
For their feet run to evil.
Their feet run where?
Run to evil.
And
make haste to shed blood.
And make haste to shed blood. Read.
Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird. And they lay wait for their own blood.
They lay wait for their own blood. That's black on black crime, man. That's Latino on Latino crime, man. A lot of our initiations was what? Killing each other. As a matter of fact, we the only race of people that benefit off of creating music about killing each other. Y'all heard me?
Be the biggest
we the only. You see how asinine that sounds? We the only race of people who benefits on creating music that benefits the individual by killing their own people. Man, that's heavy, man.
Heavy.
Y'all ain't ready for that. That's why we have to change. Right? We can't go by the world's righteousness. It got nothing to do with the righteousness of Yahweh, man. Right? Right? So from there, let's go back to Matthew, man.
This book of Matthew, chapter 20 and verse 5.
Khan.
And it says, again, he went out about the 6th and 9th hour.
So the 6th and 9th hour, man, that's a period of time frame, right? Read.
And did likewise.
Read.
And about the 7th hour, he went out
Mm-hmm.
and found others standing idle.
He found others standing idle, meaning not doing the work of the Lord. Read.
And saith unto them, Why
Uh-huh.
stand ye here all the day idle?
Right.
They say unto him, Because no man have hired us.
No man have what?
Hired us.
No man have hired us. Read.
It says, He said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard.
So now he hired them, didn't he?
Gone.
So
And
now what does it mean to be hired? Give me 2 Timothy's chapter 1. We're going to read verses 8 through 9.
Connor's book of second
Salaka tells that. Hold on a second. Do I have a second reader? Mahar, you there?
Khan, I'm always here.
All praise. Give me John chapter 15 and verse 16. And then Tazadak, you read that in 2 Timothy's Baba Kusha.
Con chapter 1, verse 20.
Chapter 1 and verse 8.
8, select. Con, this book of 2 Timothy's chapter 1, verse 8. Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord.
The testimony of our Lord, right? Read.
Nor of me his prisoner.
Uh-huh.
But be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel.
What that mean?
Drink that cup.
Drinking that cup. Right? We have to be worthy, right?
Con.
Was that verse 9?
No, it's not verse 9. It's still more.
Go ahead, King.
Con. It said, but be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel, according to the power of the Most High.
Right.
Who have saved us and called us with an holy calling.
Called us with what?
An holy calling.
A holy calling, read.
Not according to our works.
Not according to what we think is works, read.
But according to his own purpose and grace.
According to his purpose and his grace, read.
Which was given us in the Mashiach Yahushua.
And that is who gives us, and that is who hires us. And that is the works we got to do. Read that, Mahar.
This is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you.
These are the laborers that he chose. He chose the elect before the world began. We didn't choose him. He chose us. Read.
And ordained you.
And did what?
And ordained you.
And ordained you, read.
That ye should go and bring forth fruit.
Bring forth what?
Bring forth fruit.
Bring forth fruit in the vineyard, read.
And that your fruit should remain.
And that fruit shall remain, right? Now watch this. I'm going to share my screen right quick. Mahar, you stay there, right? I'm on.
Gone.
Stuck you. Share screen. Y'all see my screen?
Gone.
Gone.
All right. Let me know if you can hear this, all right? Y'all can hear it?
No, lie. You see it though.
You might have to like reshare it and click the little check to hear the sound.
Oh, con. Hold on. Oh, I see it. Share audio. Uh-huh.
I told you, Mahar, he
Mahar always on point,
he
man.
I'm telling you.
Real, man.
Yeah, I just remember when Ruben was doing it too. He had the same issue.
Con.
All right, y'all see my screen?
Gone.
Y'all hear it?
Con.
I heard something.
Now, what you're watching here is a vineyard, a grape vineyard, all right? Now, this is the maintenance that they're giving on the vineyard, all right? I want you to pay close attention to what the narrator says and what this Edomite says, all right? Watch this. Salaka, he's doing what? He's maintaining the vines of the vineyard, right? That's the parable, right? Now watch this.
So now we have our 4 canes that we want to pick, or 4 shoots that we want to use as canes theoretically in the next couple of weeks. And then the only final steps from here is actually going in and cleaning up the vines.
So he's trimming the branches, right? He's trimming them because he knows those that he's going to trim are not going to bear fruit. Mahar, you're still at John 15, right?
Gone.
All right. Now, hold on. Let me play the video a little bit, and then we're gonna read John 15:1. But let me play it just a little bit.
While only 2 of last year's shoots will be tied down to serve as the canes or arms for the coming year's growth, 1 or 2 extras are kept for now as insurance in case of late frost or other damage. We asked Will which of the shoots he would prefer to use if all of them survive to the spring.
The 2 that I'd like to pick would be this one here and then this one here. The reason why is, again, they're closer to the actual center trunk of the vine.
Did you hear that?
Gone.
He said his preference of the vines his preference of the branches are the ones closest to the vine. Mahar, read John 15:1.
This is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
I am the true vine.
He is the what?
The true vine.
Yahushua is the true vine. That vine that he's pointing out right there. Read.
And my Father is the husbandman.
He's the one that gives the calling of who's gonna make it and who's not gonna make it. Right. Read.
Verse 2. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit.
Every branch in me that beareth not fruit. Now you see the branches there in the corners, right? You see that there were you see the branches on the snow? See that? Those branches in the snow, they were cut off. But then you have branches that were not cut off, right? Read.
He taketh away.
He does what?
He taketh away.
Read.
And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it.
He purges it. Read.
That it may bring forth more fruit.
You see that? Bring forth more fruit. Read.
Verse 3. Now ye are clean through the word, which I have spoken unto you.
Which is his Bible, the law, statutes, and commandments, the instructions. It gives us our faith. It helps guide us through the future prophecies to come, forewarning us. Read.
Verse 4. Abide in me.
Abide in the vine. Read.
And I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself.
Right.
Except it abide in the vine.
It abides in the vine. Just like this dude is pointing at, that's Yahushua. We're abiding in the vine, and that's Yahushua and the example that he gave us, right? The faith, we can't do nothing without it. But Yahweh, he'll take it away, right? He'll take away your branches, man. You ain't, Salaka, you ain't, we think that things can't happen to us, man. We're thinking the truth. You ain't saved yet, man. You know what I'm saying? You think you are, but you ain't. right? Shalom, Judah son. Shalom, killer. Shalom, shalom. Go ahead, King. Keep reading.
No more can ye, except ye abide in me.
He abide in me. Read.
Verse 5. I am the vine.
He is the what?
I am the vine.
Uh-huh.
Ye are the branches.
Ye are the branches. Read.
He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit.
Uh-huh.
For without me ye can do nothing.
Read.
Verse 6. If a man abide not in me,
Uh-huh.
he is cast forth as a branch.
He is cast forth as a branch, like the branches you see in the snow. Read.
And is withered.
And is what?
And is withered.
Read.
And men gather them.
Uh-huh.
And cast them into the fire.
Read.
And they are burned.
That is what happens when we don't abide in the vine, which is Yahawashi. Right? Let me play this a little bit more.
So we want to keep the vine or all the shoots that come off of it in the actual center of the vine, so space has been originally allocated for the vine. And then this guy is unfortunately a bit too high. This one as well is a bit thinner than this one, and that's preferred. We want to actually have a smaller, thinner shoot instead of a thicker one.
The last major chore before spring growth begins will be to pass through the vineyard again.
Hey, Salakia, realize before spring, right? So obviously, we know Yahawashi was born in the springtime, but just note on that.
And clean all the remaining unwanted wood from the trellis system. The cuttings will be placed in the rows between the vines for mulching later in the spring.
So now they're doing this in the winter, right?
It's now the first week in April. The vines have not yet started to bud, but the sap is beginning to rise, and the canes are becoming pliable. Will is now going to demonstrate the first major activity of the spring, tying down the canes that will support the new shoots, leaves, and fruit that will grow this year.
We've already narrowed down our selection from all the canes that we had here, or all the shoots that we had, to 4 shoots. Now we want to go ahead and actually choose the 2 best shoots based on both winter damage, vigor, and bulbwood.
And notice he said choose, right? Give me John 17 and verse 5. And then someone give me Jeremiah 1 and 5.
I'll grab the John.
Tazadak, grab that Jeremiah.
Con. Oh, no. Con, which one you want first?
Give me that John first.
This is the book of John, chapter 17 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was.
Before the world was. Right? So hold on a second. This is Yahawashi being glorified before the world was, right? So go ahead, read verse 6.
Verse 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Thine they were.
Thine they what?
Thine they were.
What does that mean, thine they were? That's past tense. That's them being selected before. Right? Salakia, hold that. I got to get this precept. Give me Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 10. And then come back to that, John. Give me Isaiah 46 and verse 10.
Con, this is that.
Salakia, understand this. The Most High created everything already. It's a Salakia. Let me put it like this. It's a set game. This game is set match already. Is what role you gonna play, right? The game is already set. The winner is already set. Those who go into the kingdom are already here.
The game is rigged.
It's rigged.
Come on.
Go ahead, King. Read that. Read that in Isaiah.
Come on, this book of Isaiah chapter 46 and 10. It says, declaring the end from the beginning, and from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done.
The things that are not yet done, read.
Saying, my counsel shall stand.
My counsel shall stand, right? Read.
And I will do all my pleasure.
He's going to do his pleasure. It's already done. That's it. Done deal, man. You can't get around that. Right? Give me. Go back to John. Oh, yeah, 6. Read it. Read 6 from the top, Baba Kachaf.
This is the book of John, chapter 17 and verse 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were.
Thine they were. They were selected before. Read.
And thou gavest them me.
And thou gavest them me, meaning our first fruit. He's our first fruit. He's the vine. Right? Because those vines that are there, that they're bringing out, that they're bringing out in spring, he was the first one. As a matter of fact, let's get that other precept. What is it? 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 15, right? And 20. 1 Corinthians 15 and 20.
You said 15 and 20?
Yeah, come. Tazadat, get that. Let my heart stay on John. You give me 1 Corinthians 15 and 20.
Okay, because I already got it.
You got it already?
I got it.
Yeah. Okay, let him get it then.
Yeah, just stay on John.
All right.
This book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 20. And it says, but now is Mashiach risen from the dead and become the first fruits.
Becoming our what?
And becoming the first fruits.
Becoming our first fruits, read.
Of them that slept.
For them that slept, right? All right, go back to John. All right.
This is the book of John, chapter 7 and verse 17 and verse 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were,
right?
And thou gavest them me.
Read.
And they have kept thy word.
They have kept thy word. And that's what a Mashiach always does, glorifying the Father, man. Always. Always glorifying the Father. Right? Let me see what else we grab from this this vine over here. Hold on.
Node size, thickness, inner node spacing, and if there appears to be any other sort of damage or weakness in the shoot itself. Ideally, I'd like to take these two. They both look to be quite good. This one's awfully short. This one's a little bit thick. This one I already checked and is a little bit damaged. He's got a little split in here. So I don't want to use this one. I want to use these two. These both look to be quite healthy. So first, you want to make sure that you grab the cane, apply pressure on the bottom here so that you don't actually snap the cane. Then as you pull the cane across, you want to avoid using or avoid hitting the buds around the wire. Then you simply put it once around, and then as you get to this area, pull your little string that's got a wire and a twine beside it, wrap it around twice or 3 times.
A twine, right? When you look at the Hebrew word for contacts, it has the word twine in it, which means to weave together. Lock it.
Grab your little tool. It's a little handy tool. As you hold both of the wires together, you pull it, It's going to spin, make it tauter, and then you just clip the excess wire.
Why aren't you the landlord?
Damn.
Yes, you. Why aren't you the landlord?
I don't know, Jake.
And we've just tied
Why aren't you the landlord?
You can see how
Let's fast forward this a little bit.
have proper
Where we
airflow
at?
and sun penetration into the vine.
Look at that.
over the next 3 weeks, the shoots grow quickly, and the catching wires have been raised to keep them upright. The flowers are growing, but are still hidden under their calyptra, a fused cap of petals.
By the time the vines have reached the top of the trellis, the caps are beginning to shed and the flowers are visible.
Bringing forth much fruit,
In this
right?
close-up, you can see the cap is loosening and the stamens are showing underneath it.
Here, the 5 stamens are fully extended.
The ovary in the center, if fertilized, will produce one.
Most of the remaining chores are done by hand.
As the grapes develop during the summer, they are hidden from the sun by the canopy. And as we get closer to veraison, the time when the grapes change from growth mode.
As we follow the ripening process, we see the grapes
Look at
changing
that, man.
color and
Look at that field.
Beautiful, beautiful creation.
Look at that, man. It went from just little, branches,
Dry branch,
right?
dry bone.
Dry bones, man. That's how you know. And the Most High calls Israel the vineyard. That's you. That's why, like, when we in this world we were called niggas and spits, we were them twigs, them branches, right? That look like nothing. But this is what we can become: beautiful, blossoming, right?
I got a precept.
Go ahead, King.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 20, and verse 16. And it says, "So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen."
That's right.
The brothers that's seen as trash and the underdogs and the undesirable brothers in this life is going to be the ones that's ruling over 10 nations, 10 kingdoms, and the kingdom to come.
That's right. That's right. You got to bring forth that fruit and do that work. It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take you being with other brothers to do it. No excuses, man. We love to make excuses.
That's Israel.
No excuses, man. Right? That's what you could become, man. This beautiful vineyard. This dude picking. Look at that, man. Look how big that is. He looks small, right? Next to that. And that could be us, man. Right? Israel is the vineyard. Right? Let me get Romans. Romans 12. Yeah, let me get Jeremiah. Salaki, I told you to grab Jeremiah. Go ahead, King.
What was the Romans?
Romans 12 and 11.
This book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5. "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Right?
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee."
He sanctified us, man. Selected us. The elect are already selected. If you didn't make it, now, if you turned your back, as a matter of fact, give me 2nd Ezra, is it 9? Yeah, give me 2nd Ezra 9, and I believe it's 18. Give me 2nd Ezra 9 and 18. If you were wicked in the past, you wicked. If you're wicked now, you were wicked in the past. If you failed the Most High God, then you're gonna fail Him again. If you're an elect, you've been an elect. If you were righteous, you've been righteous. Right? Let me get that second Esdras.
This book of Second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
And now when I prepared the world,
right,
which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable rid themselves.
You see that? Those are like, read 18 again.
Come on. It says, verse 18, and now when I prepared the world.
I did what?
When I prepared the world.
When I prepared the world, what did he do? Read.
Which was not yet made.
Uh-huh.
Even for them to dwell in that now live.
Uh-huh. Live. Read.
No man spake against me.
No man can speak against what the Most High already did. Read.
For then everyone obeyed.
For then everyone obeyed. Read.
But now the manners of them which are created in this world,
uh-huh,
that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed.
Are corrupted by a perpetual seed. Read.
And by a law which is unsearchable, rid themselves.
Rid themselves, right? Meaning that law is already within them. That law is a perpetual seed within that spirit. Right? So that spirit comes back. Guess what? It's always been wicked.
Come on.
Right? Right? Give me that Salakia. Give me that Romans, Baba Kusha. That Romans 12 and 11.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Not slothful in business.
But we cannot be slothful in the business of the Most High. How are we supposed to be? Read.
Fervent in spirit.
Fervent. We got to be hot. We got to constantly be working, man. Constantly being on fire. What can I do better? Where am I slacking? Read.
Serving the Lord.
And that's how we do it, man. Serving the Lord. I'm so humbled. I'm so, honestly, man, I grab humility thinking that he still has me in this truth after all these years. I'm amazed, honestly, but I ain't slack on not abiding because I'm no different than anybody else. I fall out too. We got to constantly work on ourselves, man.
Come on.
Any precepts?
I got precepts.
Go ahead, King.
This book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 9. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? So how long will our people be lazy and slothful and even sleep back into the world? It says in verse 10, yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. Like how you fold your arms, you about to lay back, go to sleep. And it says, verse 11, so shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. So that time is going to come at you like an armed robber come into your house. Like the Lord said, he's going to come as a thief in the night. That's why you have to put your hand to the plow, and you have to produce good fruit. Show and that you're leveling up in this truth you're not just at the same point as you was last year. Even last month, you was in the truth last month. You just got in the truth. You have to show that you're constantly leveling up and constantly producing fruit, whether it's a little grape or whether it's a big fruit. You have to make sure you're taking steps and initiative to thoroughly grow in humbleness and sincerity, and you're not looking for vain glory of men, or you're not looking for the cares of this life, cares of this world, and you know what you're seeking, and you know what you're aspiring to be. Be ye therefore perfect, as the Father is perfect in heaven.
Right. Right. Hey, let me tell you, man. We in, you know, we in that 11th hour. If you in this for vainglory and for your own gain, you're in it for the wrong reasons, man. The Most High gonna expose you, man. Right?
Gone.
If you want to be a parakeet, go be a parakeet, man. But ultimately, the Most High, you know, is looking for the elect, man. Before this captivity's over, man. You know? Which one you gonna be? That's the question, right? So, hey, man, that's all I got. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, we nations of kings and priests. Hopefully, this class was edifying to the hopeful elect, so we can get the hell out of this captivity, man. All right. Want to say shalom, shalom to the family. Shalom.
Shalom, Yasharallah. Stay on fire.
Fervent.